Hi, my name's Chance Corey. I live in District 5. I want to talk about a few things I noticed in the parks plan. The first is the purpose of parks is to give a third space for community to gather. How much do you want to gather somewhere where there's going to be cars driving through? We spent all this money, and it is listed as one of the parks on Quincy Square. There is not a solid reason not to close that street year-round, except for deliveries, so that we can have that open space. The city government needs more funding. Imagine being able to use that as a summer market all summer long and not just during the weekends. I will say, one of the other issues I want to talk about is the bathrooms. I appreciate that off-park hours, we should close facilities because facilities are closed. I've been 3 times this past year to Forest Ridge in between meetings and needed to use the bathroom. And you know what wasn't open? The bathroom. I noticed on the last plan, replacing the bathrooms at Forest Ridge was on the list. You know, it hasn't happened yet, so it's on the next plan. I want to talk about Forest Ridge because it's one of the parks that's closest to me, but it is also one of the only parks in this city that is surrounded by a traditionally marginalized population. It has the closest to Charleston, which has the city's historic queer community. It has a lot of Hispanic and immigrant families, and consequently, I find it really hard to stomach that it's the one that gets the back burner. Now, I was there 3 weeks ago in between meetings, and I normally pull to the end of the park where there's the roundabout so I can turn my car around and just sit and eat. I noticed something that most people are going to call hostile architecture. And I understand there have been some things going on after dark, and I hope we see these gates soon, but I can't advocate enough that we need to remove the boulders. That sends the wrong message to an already marginalized part of our town that we're going to punish you further for being marginalized by putting hostile architecture in your public spaces. And we need to spend the money at Forest Ridge to put the new bathrooms in. It needs to be kept up just like any of the other parks that are its size. It's one of the larger parks in Bremerton. Thank you.